Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I hope everybody is doing well. Alhamdulillah, I'm doing well also. Some things I wanted to talk about today. Uh, let's think. Let's start with a question that my mom, she asked me quite recently actually, is why do I wear a scarf? Why am I wearing a burqa? Why do I not wear sandals? And I answered this a little bit in my first video, but I want to get a little bit more in depth. Again, hijab is my choice. It's my right as far as it's something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told me to do and I will continue to do, inshallah. Now, she also asked me why do I not cover my face? And that is still in debate, so I don't think it's ever really going to be settled. However, there is a hadith that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he pointed to a girl and said that once a woman has reached menstruating age, she should cover everything but this and this, and he pointed to her hands and her face, so I choose not to cover my face. Dr. Zakat Knight, he also believes that it's sunnah, it's not necessary, it's not farz, it's not compulsory. I'm not saying that women who cover their faces, I don't agree with him. No, mashallah, 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 alhamdulillah, they have so much iman that they're willing to cover their face. I have been thinking about it for some time, and I'm still not quite there yet. I did a niqab project a while ago where I tried it for a week, and it's quite difficult to try to eat. And, well, I was working, and I went out a lot, so it was very difficult, considering most of my meals I ate outside. So, yeah. One day, inshallah, we will see. I will try it again and go from there, but not right now. As far as wearing a burqa, I do believe it's necessary. Honestly, I don't do it in the home quite yet, which I probably should because there are non-mahrams that live with me, but my scarf is always on. But basically, I do it because I get to be me. And a lot of you I know are thinking, well, how are you get to be you? I mean, you're always covered. I don't feel like that at all. I feel blessed. I feel confident. Before, I used to always just look at my feet when I walked because I didn't really want anybody, even back then, to really look at me. I wanted them to look at me, but not really at the same time. Always standing like this, looking at my feet as I walk. Now, my head is held high. I have confidence. And anybody that talks to me, that looks at me, they're not judging me by the outside. They're going to have to judge me from the inside. And that's truly an amazing thing, especially in today's society. Maybe not in some other countries, but definitely in the West, you're always judged by what you wear, how you look. And with the hijab, I mean, you care a little bit. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to go outside in a dirty scarf and whatnot. But it really is liberating, and it protects me from guys looking at me. It can protect against rape. And who really wants somebody looking at you just because they think that they're going to be able to have sex with you later? Astaghfirullah. What woman really wants that? Deep down, every woman, she just wants her Prince Charming to grab her up on a horse and, you know, get married right away and live in a mansion, beautiful kids, da 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 da. Every woman, they really want that, even if they don't admit it. That's how we're programmed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He made us like that. Alhamdulillah, mashallah. So, that's just the basics of that. Other people have other reasons, but I feel safe and happy in my hijab. That's why I wear it. It is a commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also to cover. And there are also women, Muslim women, who choose not to wear a scarf. And it saddens me. I'm not here to judge. But it saddens me a bit, especially because a lot of them that I see, they, you know, everybody's born Muslim, by the way. But it's just kind of like they lose their iman, they lose their faith. It is a commandment to wear a headscarf. It is a commandment to wear a jabab or a cloak. I call it a burqa. It's easier for me to say. But it hurts me, honestly, because I'm new and I feel that I'm doing proper hijab. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Please do, because then, you know, maybe I'll do something about it. But especially I see this happen a lot in if I go to Walmart or Sam's Club or something. I'll see a really nice niqabi woman, which means that she wears the full niqab, and I can't even see half her eyes. And she has other, maybe her daughters or cousins, whatever, and they're in really tight, skinny jeans, and then I can see their wrists, or even sometimes half their arm, but they still have a scarf on. Ladies, that's not hijab. It's not. Please fix it. Fear Allah. Now, when I say fear Allah, everybody fears something, whether it be spiders or heights or anything, but it's a different type of fear when you fear God completely. I'll get more into that later. Don't think that the only reason that I'm wearing hijab is because I fear Allah. I fear Allah, but there is a balance of fear and love, which is very important. It's called taqwa. And I didn't have fear before. Now I have fear, and slowly it has improved my job. Before I only had an outer hijab. I started with the scarf, and then I started with the burqa, and now I do a burda, which means that I don't really leave the house. I don't really leave my room if my husband or my father is not around. I don't travel without any of them. That's another really big part of hijab. If I'm doing hijab and I'm still going out and partying, going to clubs and touching men, that's not hijab. It's not. I know there are women that do that. That's not hijab. Your hijab should be inside and out. It's already a little bit haram that I'm doing videos on YouTube. But these are to help people, not to show myself around the world. It's to, inshallah, help somebody else obtain guidance from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm hoping my next video will actually be a simple hijab tutorial, a square hijab and rectangular pashmina style hijab. I'm not the greatest yet, I'll admit. I had to teach myself, and a lot of it I learned from YouTube. But inshallah, I'll be able to make it a little bit easier. Some of the videos, again, just like anything else, is too fast or it's too slow. Now, there are other good ones out there. I'm not going to say that there's not, otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. For anyone starting hijab, I know that it is really hard, especially if you don't have anyone to actually show you. Don't get discouraged. It takes time. It really does. It takes time to be able to one day just put on a scarf, and then some weeks later try a burqa or anything. It takes time. It takes dedication. You just have to really get your heart in there. And inshallah, you will get it. And inshallah, you will have more ajr. And don't ever think that you're not going to be able to find a husband because you wear a scarf. Don't think that you're not going to have any friends, you're not going to be able to get a job or anything. I found my husband while wearing hijab. Alhamdulillah. I still had a job when I was wearing a scarf, and then I left that job and I still got another job in a scarf and a burqa. It's possible. It really is. And you'll still have friends. It's not like everybody is going to just stop talking to you because you cover yourself. People are going to ask you questions. Be prepared to answer them. But nobody's really going to judge you. And if they do, they're really not worth the time. But that's your testing. Allah, He gives us a lot of tests in life. How we can improve ourselves, how we can improve the world. And I have people that are related to me, not related to me, ask me about the things that I do. Why am I wearing the scarf? And that is the time. That is the time, ladies, where you can spread the joy of Islam. Shed some light on it. You can't revert anybody. I'm not expecting to have anybody revert because of what I'm saying. But maybe I can give them some insight, which might lead them to learning more. I can't give anybody guidance. Only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can give guidance to who He wants to give it to. I am just a messenger. I can't even say that I am a messenger. I'm not a prophet. Astaghfirullah, how can I be? I'm a woman. But maybe I can just nudge you a little bit. That's all I want to do. I want to encourage proper hijab. Because it's so necessary, even for men. Okay, now onto men hijab. I know a lot of you are thinking you've never seen a man in a headscarf, right? Okay. Go look outside. No, not right now. But anytime, if you're in the Chicago area, you go to Devon Avenue, you'll see Muslim men. They'll have a full beard. Or you'll see their little white thing on their head. That's their hijab. That's only part of their hijab. Now, men, they lower their gaze just as women do. and they're still supposed to be quiet, still supposed to be shy. That is their hijab. A lot of people, they say that, oh, only the women are oppressed and the men can do whatever they want. It's not like that. Men have the same rights and responsibilities that women have. The same. They are not to touch a woman. They're not to look at a woman but more than once. And if they want to talk to her, they have to go through the parents first. That's wow. That's a way for the men to respect the women. And that's how women and men respect themselves. And it's quite beautiful. So please, again, don't be discouraged. Don't think that we are oppressed. We're not. We don't wear the scarf 24/7. We don't wear it to bed. A lot of people, they ask me that. Do you sleep with it on? No, of course not. It comes off in front of the right people. And only the right people. Alright, well, it's about time for me to go. Again, if anybody has any questions or they want to know anything, please don't hesitate to ask. And I really pray for guidance for all of you. Just please, everybody take care of yourselves. Inshallah.